When I was young and I was working in New York as an apprentice, I would go to the Museum of Modern Art all the time. I see this portrait, this photo portrait that just kills me. It's so beautiful, but it's in the painting department. These paintings were more powerful than any photograph that I've ever seen, let alone done. In my whole life, my benchmark, my goal is to make pictures that had that kind of power. Every time I rethink the whole concept of it, I sort of reinvent the technical aspect of how can I improve the quality. So that's when I decided that I'm going to do the most idiot thing I could ever think of and find a camera the size of a truck and try to make a portrait with it. And it's all because there's just such a tremendous amount of detail in these pictures that they become iconic at that size and with this technique. We always think a photograph is very detailed. Now, when I turn this camera on someone, the eyelash is like this tube that's translucent. You can see through it. You can see where it comes to a taper at the end, the light wisping through that. And that's just an eyelash, So imagine the rest of the face, how much more detail we can get from that.
Vanishing Cultures is a 20,000-mile road trip around the U.S. where we're going to take Dennis's crazy 35-foot camera in the back of a semi-truck, capturing cultures in their native environments. And the goal is to feature these enormous 25, 30-foot portrait prints in stadium-sized exhibits.
It's more difficult with this because I've got one shot to do things that's going to be blown up to 2 stories. It's one picture, one frame. I've got one shot at it. I mean, nobody ever does that. Photography has always been way too serious for me to just snap, Every picture I do means something. I'm too much of a control freak, I guess. We, of course, carefully, look for subjects, and it's not just about the look, though. It's also about their story. When you see someone on the street, if you see a face that you love, you snap it, you've got it, and you say, give me your number. I mean, I wouldn't consider the other phone cameras as a substitute for a camera. This is unheard of for something like a phone. What makes the camera work so well is all of the controls you have on it. Exposure control, focus control. It's amazing. You figure that in your whole lifetime, if you get 5 really good pictures, you're doing pretty well.